Hey everyone, and welcome to TopThink. Today we'll learn how to get a girlfriend, boyfriend, or partner. Now, let's begin. We all want to find that special someone who loves and understands us for who we are. It's easy to dream about a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or a partner sweeping us off our feet. The tricky part is actually finding that person and building a relationship that lasts. If you've been searching for a partner, then you already know that dating and relationships, they're not easy. Great loving partners aren't waiting around every corner, even though movies and television often tell us a different story. We're led to believe that love will just fall into our laps. We're taught that partners appear out of thin air and that fate will lead the way. Yeah, it'd be nice if relationships work like that. But anyone who's searched for a partner knows that relationships are much more complicated, nuanced, and delicate than they appear in the media. For many people, finding a partner is one of the greatest challenges in life. It can be stressful and disappointing. At times, it can be painful, especially when a relationship doesn't last. Many people look around at all the happy couples in the world and they think, how do people do it? What are real partners looking for? And how do I build a romantic connection with someone I care about? In this video, we're going to answer those questions and more. Because finding a partner doesn't have to be painful and disappointing. While there's no surefire strategy to meet the love of your life, there are things that you can do to improve your chances, to make better impressions, and to attract others in a healthy, genuine way. And that way, you can not only find a loving partner, but you can also build a secure and happy relationship together. Now, before you start looking for a girlfriend, boyfriend, or partner, there's something very important that you need to do first. Many people feel nervous or anxious when it comes to relationships, so they rush the relationship process and they skip important steps. In an ideal world, a perfect partner may appear without having to do much work. But even if you did find that person, you may not be in the right state of mind to build a lasting relationship. In other words, before you can find a great partner, you need to be a great partner. Relationship psychologists often challenge people who want a relationship to first examine themselves. Are you happy with the life you lead? Are you ready for a real commitment? Is commitment something you even want at this moment in your life? Building a relationship takes a lot of work, but it's even harder if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. For example, if someone feels very lonely, they might seek a partner only to fill the social void in their life. But this dynamic is inherently unfair. Projecting these kinds of abstract emotional responsibilities onto someone else may only create conflict and resentment down the road. The first step to finding a partner is to live your life and grow as a person. In other words, spend some time focusing on the person you want to be. If there are goals that you want to accomplish, then take concrete steps to make them a reality. If you're unhappy with yourself, face the emotional roots of your problems and consider doing so with the help of a licensed mental health professional. By facing those deeply personal obstacles, you can grow as an individual and become the kind of person others want to be with. If you want to overcome those obstacles, then you may need to get out of your comfort zone, which is something that most people don't want to do. Comfort is one of the many reasons that people struggle to find romantic partners and maintain relationships. Many people struggle to really connect with anyone, often because they're afraid of the unknown. They close themselves to new possibilities because they don't know what will happen next. In relationships, there will always be some degree of risk. It takes a courageous person to face the uncertainty that every relationship brings. So if you're unsure of who you are or what you want, adding another person to your life may only amplify feelings like fear and self-doubt. So when we talk about self-improvement, especially in the context of relationships, we're often talking about respect. Not only respect for other people, but also respect for yourself. Many people don't give themselves the same respect that they give to everyone else they meet. For example, we often sacrifice our time and resources to make others like us more. We readily compromise our needs and undercut our value, forgetting that we deserve as much respect as anyone else. Knowing and upholding your worth is essential to finding a great partner. Alright, let's say you've taken the time to work on yourself and grow as a person. Maybe you've achieved some of your goals. You've clarified what you want in life and you feel good about the person that you've become. Now you're looking for someone to spend your time with and to share a meaningful connection with. You want to find a partner who shares your values and understands your worth. So, what comes next? This is the part that many people dread more than any other. Even the most secure and confident people struggle to approach or to connect with potential partners. It's scary and nerve-wracking to walk up to someone you like, no matter how often you do it. Why? Because there are no guarantees that they're going to share your feelings. Luckily, there are a few things that you can do to make this process easier. The first thing you need to remember is this: always be genuine. When looking for a partner, many people become dishonest about who they are. They like someone and want to make a great impression on them, so they start changing themselves to fit what they think other people want. For example, you may think someone is only looking for a tough, strong person, so you pretend to be aloof and cool and unfeeling, even though that's not who you are. Don't put on a mask to attract potential partners. We may think that we're making ourselves more desirable, but the masks we wear aren't going to attract the right people. Instead of changing yourself for others, you're more likely to find a great partner by representing yourself as genuinely as possible. In other words, be yourself and don't be ashamed of it. Most of the time, people don't care what hobbies you have or how you spend your time so long as you're authentic and confident in your passions. Be proud of the person you've worked hard to become. Represent your life fully and confidently. If you can do that, then you may discover others gravitating toward you. Believe it or not, the most attractive version of anyone is also the most genuine. Authenticity is an important part of the equation, especially if you hope to find a lasting relationship. But you'll also have to put yourself out there. If you want to find a girlfriend, boyfriend, or partner, then you need to be active. You should be willing to take the initiative while also being sensitive to the boundaries of others. Taking the initiative requires a lot of confidence and a lot of courage. But it's also one of the most attractive things that you can do. Just by approaching someone, you significantly improve your chances of making a connection. Yeah, it may be scary or awkward. There's no guarantee things will work in your favor. Someone may tell you no, and it's very important to be okay with that. But if you're confident and you're honest and kind and respectful, then people will often at least treat you the same way. So if you're considering approaching someone romantically, remember that everyone, no matter how stunning or impressive, is human. We're all people with regular thoughts and regular feelings. It's easy in the early stages of a relationship to put our partners on a pedestal. We think of them as extraordinary and unreachable. We assume they're out of our league and instantly lose confidence. Because we put others on a pedestal, we don't show them the most attractive sides of ourselves. This mentality can hurt a potential relationship before it even starts. We look at the other person that we like, and we assume they could never be interested in us. But you don't know how the world looks through their eyes. You don't know what they really think about you. Assuming someone isn't interested guarantees that things will never work out. On the other hand, if you maintain your confidence, things just might work out better than you expect. If you find the courage to approach your crush and you show them how great you are, you may find yourself in the early stages of a relationship. Your head may be filled with new questions and doubts. You may wonder how to take the next step, what obstacles you might face, or whether you're moving at the right pace. It's okay to think about these things, but as you take those next steps forward, remember to be patient. Don't rush to put your relationship in a box or control your future together. Pressure and expectations are two things that can harm even the best connections. So, if you want to build a healthy and secure relationship, then don't be afraid to take your time. What's most important is that you respect each other's boundaries and communicate every step of the way. If you're patient, expressive, honest, and kind, then you might find a relationship that's perfect for you. Thank you for watching TopThink, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.